a bright, sunny, yes, it's very sunny this afternoon, spring day in Santa Monica, and I'm standing in front of Santa Monica City Hall, the bastion of laws and governance for our Bayside city. This is Brock and Your Block. I'm Phil Brock, and my special guest today is Armen Melkonian. And Armen, come on in. I understand that you are the head of the new resident evil empire.
That's correct.
That you led the fight to stop the Heinz Project. First question.
Yes.
It's being repurposed. Is that bad or good?
Oh, that's a fantastic thing, Phil. It's using our existing infrastructure. It's not bringing in additional density. We've heard arguments that it will bring in more traffic. Not true. It's going to bring in about 2,500 cars, 2,000 cars. That's a lot less than the 7,000 that was going to come in had the Heinz Project
So
been approved.
overall, the impact of the citizen rebellion, if you want to call it, of referendum ended up okay.
Absolutely. There's one other thing too that people seem to miss from the city, the staff, the proponents of development. What was special about this project was that now that the through streets are not going to be built in it anymore, all of the developments in the back of that area need to be reconsidered.
So the Village Trailer Park, that's an immense project for that area. Over 300 apartments. It evicted over 100, if I recall, trailer park residents who had been there for decades. They were postmen, mailmen. They were, the teachers, the fabric of our city years ago, and they all have to leave.
What it did was it really displaced low-income residents in the guise of putting more low-income residents, and it actually placed less low-income residents on that site. But more importantly, it's all of the other properties in the Bergamot area with all of the entitlements. They relied on those cut-through streets that the city was negotiating with Heinz. Now, without those cut-through streets, I think the responsible thing for our city to do is to go back and look at all those entitlements that they gave to those properties and reduce those so that the infrastructure can meet the area's needs.
Okay, I have a question. I hear that you're anti-development. I hear that from segments of the city, you hate new housing, you hate new apartments, you hate new businesses. You want the city to stagnate. Is that true?
Absolutely not, Phil. I'm actually a civil engineer, and my profession is in working with development responsibly. I took an oath when I took my license that I would be responsible to the environment, to the people that the development serve. And what we see in Santa Monica is the complete reverse of this. Everything that we're doing is destroying our fabric, or just destroying our community, destroying our environment.
So you think Santa Monica should have an authentic, unique, special environment and a special place, or should we just blend into LA?
Phil, we have that today. We have that. The opposition, the pro-development forces, they talk about the future of Santa Monica. Santa Monica is the future today. Santa Monica now is what residents want. Residents don't want Santa Monica that looks like Manhattan in the future, or Miami in the future, or Paris in the future. We already have a dense city. The density in our city is already enough to make the metro work.
Sixth most densely populated city in California at night. During the daytime, we rise to about number 2 in the state of California. We're on our way to number 1. I've said this before, there are some things I don't want to be number 1 in. One of them is the densest, most populated city of our size in California. Armen, as always, it's a pleasure talking with you. You know that.
Thank you, Phil.
Have
Likewise.
a great day. And for Brock and Your Block, I'm Phil Brock. Have a great afternoon.